Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Alex at HOGWORKZ, and today we're going to be introducing you to our newest product. These are our fused saddlebag LED filler lights. These are going to function as run, brake, and turn. They're going to be offered in red lens, a smoked lens. They're going to run on your 2014 to 25 Touring. Check out hogworks.com for your fitment. These are, as always, backed by HOGWORKZ lifetime guarantee. So we're going to go ahead and get these on the bike. All right, here's a couple tools you guys are gonna need to do the install. You're gonna need a T40 Torx bit, a T45 Torx bit, a 1/2 inch wrench, a 9/16 wrench, a pair of snips, and a Phillips screwdriver. All right, so these lights are gonna fill in this unsightly gap between your saddlebag and your fender. You guys can see here we have our chopped fender, our chopped bags on here. So, you know, we lost our bullet signals. So what we're gonna do is we need some rear lighting options here. So these fused filler lights are a great option. They're sleek, they're nice, they fit right in here. We're gonna go ahead and get them on. So the first step, we're gonna want to remove the seat and the saddlebags. Grab our lights. These are going to come with all the hardware and stuff you need to mount them. It's going to come with your harness. They're going to hook up to your rear lighting connection here on the 6-pin. So this will be your connection here that you're going to connect into. Our harness will fit right in line with that. So after you have your seat off, side covers, and saddlebags, want to go ahead and grab your harness. Right here at the OEM rear 6-pin is where we're going to make our connection. Separate this. And then at this point, we're going to want to just key the bike on so we know which side is left and which sides are right when we go to mount them. So this one here will be our left side, and this will be our right side. Now what we want to do is run our wires. There's a couple different ways you can do it, but basically we want to get the wire passed down through here, kind of come out right here, and then we're going to run it right along all the way down the side of the subframe here. And then, so we got it right there. So on this side here, we'll want to go right along the side of the frame, push it out. You can kind of see it in there. And then we'll grab it right here on the back side, just like that. So the next thing we'll want to do is remove our saddlebag support screws, these two in the back. A T40 and a 1/2 inch for the inside screw, and a T45 and a 9/16 wrench for the outside longer screw. Okay, now that we have those screws removed, we're gonna go ahead and mount the light. So these will come assembled like this with the backing plate on it. So what you want to do is go ahead and remove the 2 screws on the back side. And then we'll separate the light from the backing plate. So after you have the backing plate separated from the light, you'll notice here this little tab, the ear on it. This ear you'll want to face to the outside of the motorcycle. So here we're going to be working on the left side. We have the tab facing outward, and then these are going to go on right behind here. And then we're going to reinstall our 2 screws. I'm not going to tighten them all the way down yet until we get the light in there. Okay, Make sure our backing plate is centered in the slot here. Then we can take our light, run the wire through this cutout here, and then place the light right inside the cutout. All right, so on the back side here, we're gonna reinstall our screws. So now we can go ahead and finish tightening up our saddlebag support screws back here. The reason why I leave them loose is because you know, you kind of got to line up the backside backing plate with the light. So if you tighten these all the way down and the backing plate is off a little bit, it's going to be tough to get the two screws in the backside plate. Tighten these up now that we have the light installed. Okay, so our light is mounted. Now we're gonna go ahead and run our wire up to the harness. All right guys, so these are gonna come with you know, zip tie holders and zip ties. If you wanna use the holders in certain areas, depending on how you have the wire ran, you can. Also, the factory saddlebag trim, it has these cutouts. I always use these cutouts instead of sticking these things everywhere, but these are nice if you do want to secure it somewhere and there's not a spot to, you can use one of these. All right, so we'll go ahead and take our wire, run it behind your shock. Go ahead and make your connection here to your harness. Ooh. So go ahead and start here in the rear. And then I always just kind of leave the zip ties kind of loose for now until you get everything ran, because you might want to pull, you know, some wire back, you want to pull some forward. Like I can see right now, we're going to have a little bit extra here. So I'll probably want to pull the harness up, pull some of this wire up into underneath the seat just to clean things up a little bit. Throw one on here. And then yeah, so here at this point we can kind of pull some of this wire back up and under the seat. Looking pretty good here. We can go ahead and tighten down our zip ties and then snip off the excess. All right, so we got the left side all buttoned up. We're gonna go ahead and jump over to the right side and repeat the same process. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and install the light. We'll push our wire through the cutout here. And again, now the backing plate, it's not, I didn't tighten these screws down yet because you wanna line this up and then you wanna have this loose so you can line up the screws in the light with the backing plate. Stick this in. So once you have your screws in the backing plate going into your light and that's all secure, you can go ahead and finish tightening down your saddlebag support screws back here. And again, we leave them loose just so that you can position the light in the backing plate to get those two screws in on the back side. Okay, our light is secure. Now we can go ahead and run our wire. All right, so we'll go ahead and run our wire, make our connection here. All right, and then we're gonna pull a little bit of this wire back up under our seat. And starting at the back, Go ahead, put your zip ties on. Okay, pull your wire up, get the slack out of there. I'm pretty happy with that, so I'll go ahead and tighten my zip ties down and snip the ends off. Alright, so we got everything installed. We're gonna go ahead before we reinstall our saddlebags and stuff to give the lights a test. So it looks like we got running, we got brake, we got a right turn, and a left turn. So everything's good there. We can go ahead and button up the rest of this. On the inside here, if you want to, you know, you can kind of clean up some of this stuff with some zip ties as far as the harnessing and whatnot here. So we'll probably go ahead and tighten up some of that. Put our side covers on, bags on, and seat on. Alright guys, as you can see, we got everything buttoned up. You can really tell how nice these things look, how sleek they are. They really fill in, you know, this unsightly gap here. So we're all done with this install. Thanks for watching. Check us out, hogworks.com.